I'm Shannon.
I'm Rob. Welcome to Build Up, the show about shows between the show. We have David Cook and J. Harrison Ghee here to talk about the Tony Award-winning musical, Kinky Boots.
Ooh, Kinky Boots. I love this musical, and I just love shoes in general, you know? I'm wearing shoes right now, fun fact.
I'm also wearing shoes. I'm obsessed with shoes, actually. It's my favorite style choice to make. It really tells a lot about a person, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, if I saw your shoes, and I feel like I could tell, like, I would know, oh, that's Rob.
Yeah.
Just from seeing just your shoes.
I think I could do the same. Maybe it's because I helped you pick your shoes, but maybe it's just because we're good friends.
That is true. You did help me buy these shoes.
Now, I'm really curious, are people out here, do they feel like you're knowledgeable about shoes? And I don't know, what do you think about celebrities? You know anything about celebrities? Anyone out here in the audience? Yeah.
Woo,
some people, some
right.
claps. Okay.
Well, we're going to put your confidence to the test with this next game. We need some volunteers. Who can come up?
Oh, I see
you
two in the back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come up first.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
Bring her on up. Bring her
All
on
right.
up.
Let's come over here.
Hi.
Yeah, why don't you stand next to Rob right here?
Okay.
Great. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Janet.
Hey, Janet. Thanks for playing with us.
How you doing?
Good.
Where'd you come?
I snuck away from work.
Oh, you did? I was just going to say, where'd you
Yeah.
come from today? Oh, okay. Well, we won't tell them that you're here.
Yeah, this is live streaming to your office. Your boss is very upset right now.
Exactly.
But he loves your shoes.
Woo! Oh, I
Well,
do.
not
I
my
love
best
those
shoes,
shoes.
but
Oh, I like them though.
thank you.
They're cute. All right, so in this game, we're going to show you a pair of shoes, and then we're going to give you some hints, and you have to try to guess which celebrity these shoes are on.
All right.
Are you ready?
You can do it?
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
feel? All right.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You're very
All right.
confident about this.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right, first pick.
Help.
Help. Ooh, look at these boots. Super fashionable. I mean, just like cold guess. Could you guess? No hints? What do you
David
think?
Cook.
Oh.
No, but
No,
that was
but
an
that is a
aggressive
great-
buzzer, though.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was a great guess. But we'll give you a couple more hints. He's a rapper. He's raps about LSD sometimes. He's very into high fashion, and his name starts with "as soon as possible."
Ooh.
What do you think
about
that?
it?
Does it mean anything to you? As soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Help.
He's a skinny, good-looking man. That's another nickname for him.
Good-looking man.
We might.
Oh,
should we-
gosh.
Oh.
Rap is not my thing.
All right, let's reveal it.
Reveal it.
ASAP Rocky, a.k.a. Pretty Flacco.
Pretty boy Flacco.
Yeah, oh my God,
I should
look.
have known.
What a fashion icon.
He's so
Okay.
stylish.
So
Look at that
stylish. You know, I love it. You never know what kind of shoes he's going to be wearing.
sweater. You want to do
Next
another one? I
Yeah.
think you could. I think. Yeah, I have faith that you're
give
gonna.
Me, give me another try.
Yeah, let's.
All
do
right,
it.
all right.
Come on. Ooh.
Next up.
okay.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Fun.
Some dumpy Uggs. They've obviously been worn a lot, so this is, you know, a low-key celeb.
Out in LA, obviously Trader Joe's grabbing groceries.
That's cool. We know the celebrity eats food. Also, I'll give you a little bit more hints.
Yeah.
We know this celebrity for singing in high school. There's a movie that they
Vanessa
did.
Hudgens?
Oh, close. So close. You're really close. Do you want to give it? She's actually best friends with Vanessa Hudgens. Can you think? Yeah. There was lots of rumors about, you know, them fighting over Zac Efron, which were just the media lying to us.
Oh.
They were just all best friends.
What was it?
Ashley.
Ashley. Oh.
Can you get
Ashley-
it? It's
the
Ashley
blonde-
Tisdale. Oh, look at her.
That was it. Look at her go.
Yeah. What do you think she's buying? What do you think she got from Trader
What's
Joe's?
in the bag?
Probably hummus.
Yeah.
Do you think she bought shoes? She bought a pair of Toms. Remember
She probably
when
should've.
Trader Joe's was selling Toms?
Yeah.
They were
They're
like,
like,
we can't eat this.
Throw them in there.
Yeah. All right, want to do one
All
more?
right, yeah, let's go for it.
All right, one more.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at these.
Very famous feet. Very famous
Yeah.
legs and feet.
All right.
All right.
So this person is pretty much American royalty.
Okay.
He's named after a Brooklyn subway line.
Oh.
You know anything about Brooklyn subway
L?
lines? Oh,
L?
no. No, but you're on
That's
the
a
right
good guy. Yeah, that's a
You
smart
are on the right
guess.
track.
All right.
What else is there?
Let's see. He's married to someone who's very bootylicious.
Oh, okay. So that is
You got this. You got this.
Jay-Z.
Yes, you got
that's
it!
correct.
Oh my
There he is.
God!
There he is.
Yeah.
Look at
also,
those cute
zoom
feet.
in on Jay-Z's legs. My favorite thing about him are his beautiful,
Real
slim little
nice.
legs.
Surprisingly slim.
Yeah, he's so good. It's like, how did he get Beyonce? Bless his soul.
Hey, skinny legs can still be sexy, I say.
I'm so sorry. Rob is very triggered.
Yeah. Very sensitive about my skinny legs.
Oh, okay.
All right, great.
Yeah, you want to do one more? You did so well this last round.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do it. I have
All right.
faith. Ooh, this is fun.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
fun. Okay, this is a gentleman who's an actor. You've seen him on television. He's really good at pitching ideas and selling people on stuff.
Oh. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-dum.
He's very
Yeah.
handsome.
He-
Handsome.
Yeah, so he's
He's
super
smolder.
handsome.
Oh,
He smokes
Matt
cigarettes.
Oh, so
Ooh.
that's your man. Now we know who's your celebrity crush.
Yeah, dead giveaway.
Jared.
George Clooney.
Oh, okay. Okay, what if I said,
John Hamm.
yes! Oh my God, John Hamm! Check it out.
him.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look at
Wow.
John Hamm. Look at
There
John
he is.
Hamm.
Look at how he's so
Alright.
stiff and he's trying to pretend like they're not taking a photo of his feet and his shoes.
Yeah, don't
Like,
you love that man? Such a good walk.
I don't
Yep,
see you.
love that man.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Oh, you done so well.
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much,
you so
Shannon.
much.
My pleasure.
We know
Thank you.
who in the blue shirt,
right.
the blue cardigan. You want to come up and play the next
Bye.
round? Yeah.
Oh, we've got a crazy game. We're gonna do a special game now. Actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We could.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do this. All right, so you know what? Kinky Boots, all about style.
Yep.
Would you like a Kinky Boots makeover?
Sure.
Ooh.
Why not?
Yeah. All right.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, we have some props. We'll do this right here.
Okay.
Rob, would you like to do the first makeover?
I'd love to do the first Kinky
All
Boots
right.
makeover.
Okay.
Why don't you sit down and get comfortable?
Yes.
All right.
We're gonna spruce you up.
All right, so we're gonna have a certain amount of time, and we're each gonna do a makeover of someone's shoe and make the shoe as kinky as possible. Okay?
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready to see how kinky we can make these shoes.
I'm excited. I'm gonna put my microphone down so I have full tangibility.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
2 hands. All right, so he's starting out with some hard stickers. Ooh, those are shiny. I'm feeling like it's getting kinky real fast.
Very kinky.
You're going from gray to
Very
pink,
kinky.
gold. Oh, he put some lips on there. Ooh,
lip.
oh, kissing those feet up. Does he have a foot fetish? Maybe. Oh, we got some sparkly, what do you call those? Pipe cleaners. Yeah. This is a sexy little tie here. Is that bunny ears? Or no, just a little loose,
Boa.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready to hit the streets with this look?
Absolutely.
You know, your ankles all of a sudden are like too sexy for TV. I actually think we just cannot. Oh my gosh. And some green. All right. And this is great. We got it. This is a Kinky Boots makeover. That's it. You're up for time. All right. Woo. All right. Now I have to do
Wow.
my Kinky Boots makeover. Who wants to do another one?
Who? Someone else?
You there.
Sir, right here.
All right. Oh, you, sir? You're who?
Did you volunteer?
Somebody
sir, come
get
on
up here.
Sir.
I need to do a
You want
Kinky
to stay
Boots
right there?
makeover.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Here, let's bring
Get the hearts.
him
All right.
here. Have a
So
seat,
right
sir.
there.
Come on up.
My turn. I'll be putting my mic down. All right.
Come on up. Thank you so much for doing this. What's your name?
Greg,
Hey, Greg. Did you ever expect you'd be getting a Kinky Boots makeover today?
not a chance.
Great. Well, I'm excited and I'm happy for that. So Shannon is digging through her props, and your time starts now, Shannon.
Great.
Okay, she's starting with the red boa. It's going under the shoe. That is an under the shoe tie. That's a new one. We haven't seen that yet. And you know, there's a lot of fluff there. It's starting to look almost disguised like it's some sort of bird or something. This is extra kinky. She's got gold stars. Wow, you're running out of time quick. Well, and she's adding a golden bracelet, a golden bracelet, sort of like a Wonder Woman style sandal strap. They're too thick. And we're almost at time, and your time is up. Wow. Hands up.
Sir, I hope you feel kinkified.
Yes. Give it up for our guests, everyone.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
What do you guys think? Is it a tie or did someone win?
Yeah, I
I
have
know.
to say,
I
Rob,
might have
you really won. She has cherry, she has
I went
kisses, she has
creative.
hearts.
I went creative.
I let you down. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you so much. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, so good. Oh man, you know, I feel like we made a little mess
made a
there,
huge
but
mess.
we really helped our audience look
Yeah,
so
we
much
did.
better.
Yeah, we did. So, what do you say we start heading backstage? Why don't
Oh,
we go
yeah.
see what's
Let's
going on back there?
go.
Because, you know, I'm hoping that we might get a peek at some of our cast members of Kinky.
Oh, you
What do you
think
think?
so?
Yes.
I know. I heard that they might be doing pics backstage.
Ooh, are they
I hope we
doing pics?
catch them.
Are we gonna see?
Are they
anyone that
here?
we
Oh,
know
let's
here?
go. Let's follow them.
Hopefully. I hope we see maybe J. Harrison G.
Oh
might be here or
yeah.
something. Oh, and
All
oh,
right,
there
we
they
got
are.
some backstage banter. I wonder what they're talking about.
Some
Do you think
cast
they're
members.
singing songs right now?
Are they singing?
Oh,
Do-
wow, look at
do
that.
Broadway singers sing all the
Take a
time?
look at their shoes. Oh,
Check out their shoes.
we got some beautiful neon Nikes. We have some nice black leather. And there is a woman attacking us.
There they are.
Wow, so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're taking pics.
Now they're taking pictures.
Check them out. Oh, super
Amazing.
stylish.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Oh yeah. This is great. Do you think they're gonna do any kinky poses?
I'm hoping that there will be some poses, maybe some kicks.
Yeah, some
Wanna
like,
see it.
you know,
I
some
came
like.
out to see some kicks.
I wanted to see some
Kick.
foot action,
Foot action.
a little like Broadway move.
You know, a pose, a kick. It would be great.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, we saw it.
I think this has been amazing. Thanks so much for hanging with us on Build Up. David Cook and J. Harrison G are up next
Yeah.
on Build.
Welcome to Build. I'm Laura Haywood, and today we're talking about Kinky Boots on Broadway. With music by Cyndi Lauper and book by Harvey Fierstein, Kinky Boots is one of the most inclusive, energetic, joyful productions I've ever seen, and I've seen everything. The Tony-winning Best Musical is going strong in its 6th year on Broadway, and I'm so excited to be joined by stars J. Harrison G., who plays Lola, and David Cook, who you might have heard of as the winner of a little show called American Idol Season 7, who's playing Charlie Price. Welcome to Build, Jay and David.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
This show is a bona fide hit.
Agreed.
Are you having fun?
None whatsoever.
This is my first week back. I
Right.
did a 5-week run in the spring, April, and the first week of May, and was really adamant about wanting to come back for a multitude of reasons, not least of which, and you kind of touched on in the intro. The show is, the message of it is so appropriate and important, and now, and so to be able to come back and continue to tell that story and continue to try to find some more nuances and some more depth in Charlie as a character. And I'm so excited to be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And you've been doing this for 5 years now?
Yeah, I'm going into my 5th year with the show. I started out on tour as a swing in the Lola understudy, and then took over tour after the first year, and then March of last year, they decided to bring me to Broadway, and so it's been a fun journey, and I'm having the time of my life. I really am.
And I have to cut in here and just say, the first time I saw the show was last January, and I saw Jay and Jake Shears, and Jay is what got me excited about this show. Like, if you weren't here, I'd be saying this about somebody else. But Jay, as Lola, is just such a force. I mean, so to get to like work with him every night and kind of play off that energy, man, this job has not been boring yet.
So for anybody who has not seen the show yet, can you just describe the plot and who your characters are?
I'll let you start.
Kinky Boots is based in a men's shoe factory in Northampton, England, and Charlie gets it from his father, and he runs into me on a trip to London, and we come up with a plan to make boots for drag queens to save the factory, and along the way, we find out we're a lot more like each other than we think. We've got a lot of common ground, and we work through that together, and we find love and light and positivity and try to share that.
I've got nothing to add.
Yeah, I mean, but,
Yeah.
yeah. And on the surface, you see this this drag queen, this fancy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 6'5",
6'4", yeah.
6'4",
Yeah.
but once you add those platform heels,
listen, the higher the hair,
7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, I love
and then you've got this. I was actually surprised to see you in such a conservative, like clean shaven, hair coiffed.
Yeah,
back,
this is not comfortable for me.
and in a way, I was kind of like, I think this is David Cook in drag.
Listen, as RuPaul says, we're all born naked and the rest is drag.
Yeah.
When you get dressed in the morning, you're throwing on your own kind of drag.
So let's talk about drag, because you're the first drag performer to take on the part of Lola.
Yeah.
You did drag under the name
Crystal Demure. Yeah, I've been doing drag for about 8 years, and I never imagined that drag would help me make my Broadway debut. It used to be my side hustle, and I was very adamant of like, I'm an actor, and drag is something I do on the side. I tried to keep those things very separate. I never sang live in drag, and all of my friends were like, why don't you sing? Like, you have this voice, use it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's my actor voice. That's my like professional thing. And drag really helped me. It changed my life. So it's continuing to change my life every day. Even being with the show this long, I'm still finding new things, having fun playing with all my Charlies and like finding moments and making it our own show. So it's a good thing. It's a good time.
And for such a conservative character, I mean, Charlie certainly has his mind expanded, but he can't even get his mind around the word like transgender.
Yeah.
He keeps saying transgentry and like
Trans veterans.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's become this like rock star track. When you look at the actors that have come in from Neon Trees, from Scissor Sisters, and now you, what do you think it is about rock stars that makes them right for this role that maybe isn't so much of a rock star himself?
I think, I mean, I can't speak to the other guys, Brendan and Jake and Tyler, but I think there's a challenge in Charlie, and I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. He's such a conservative character, so there's that juxtaposition. Like for me, it was exciting to like kind of step out of David Cook for a little bit and try to find some common ground here and find a way to tell Charlie's story that felt inherent to me. And vocally, Cindy she didn't make it easy. Did not make it easy. It is a pretty challenging vocal track. But and so maybe that's part of it. I think you look at the voices that have come through. Brendan, Jake, Tyler, Stark, Andy Kelso, all just incredible singers. So to get to take on that challenge every night, man, it's a big honor.
Do you have to sing differently, train your voice differently? I feel like when I listen to your albums, you've got this kind of gravelly rock vocalist thing, and this is a more, as they say, legit sound, sort of like a pure. I don't mean legitimate, like that's a theatrical term.
We're on the same page. I know what you're saying.
You know on Idol when the judges are like, "You sound too Broadway."
Yep.
What they mean is you have too much of this legit theater sound, and now here you are, a rock and roll guy, an Idol veteran who needs to then put on that Broadway sound a little bit more in sort of a purer tone, less gravelly.
There's a story attached. It was actually one of my favorite interactions. My first run, I went to this vocal coach, and she's Dr. Joan Lader. She's this incredible vocal coach, and I walk in, and she like runs me through this warm up, just to see kind of where I'm sitting, and go through. And she goes, "You have a really nice voice." I said, "Thank you so much." She goes, "You sing completely wrong, but you have a very nice voice." So it is a very different beast, purely because with my concerts it's hour and a half, and I sing and I talk a little bit. But here it's a 116-page script.
Yeah.
I think I have maybe 13 minutes total off stage.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm talking, and second act especially when it kind of crescendos, I'm yelling, and then on top of that, then you have to sing, and
you have to have a British accent.
And I have to have a British accent, which
Juggling so many things.
Which, to be fair, it's getting better, but I do flow in and out a little bit. But it is extremely different, and just another aspect of the challenge that kind of drew me to wanting to do this. It's I said this the other day. I like zigging when people expect me to zag a little bit, and so to get to do this and kind of show people another side of me and kind of the things I like to do is awesome.
that's kind of a good description of what the show is, too. It's about people who zig when they're expected to zag. And,
You're welcome for that. I think I'm done here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Jay.
Yes.
Talk about meeting David for the first time. He's not your first Charlie. And what your favorite moments about watching him and interacting with him on stage.
Well, my first time meeting him was I had left Kinky Boots for about a month and a half to go do a new show out at Paper Mill in New Jersey, and I came back and it was his last week, and so we had like 7 shows together, and I'm like, I just expected to be like, hi, bye, whatever, and our first meeting was like right before the show, and it was like, oh, hey, okay, great, let's do this.
We did like a quick, we choreographed the boot scene where you hit me in the
Oh
face.
yeah, we just like had to
right.
practice that, and it's like, all right, great, here we go, off to the races. Yeah. And even in that short amount of time, it was like, oh, you're awesome. We're having a great time. I'm sad I have to see you leave. And he was like, listen, I'm going to try my best to come back. And I was like, great, I'm here for it. Let's have fun. And every night it's so much fun to just like play and find moments. Like our argument scene together, I'm like, oh, sir, why are you making me feel such things? Like, I'm actually hurt by you right now.
Do you hug it out afterward? You know.
We just like move on with life, but that's a part of the gig and that's a part of the fun. You're like, yeah, rile me up. Like we come ready to work, and that's what I love. That's what I respect most about David is like he's ready to work and so like dedicated to it and wants to put his best foot forward and be a part of this company and make sure that the message is told clearly and with fun and with heart, and it's wonderful working with him.
I think that something a lot of people might not know about you, David, is that you have this musical theater background.
Yes.
You did a bunch of shows in high school, and you got a theater scholarship to college. And I
Yes.
think some people might see your name on the marquee and be like, oh, they like stunt cast an American Idol
Oh,
guy.
they've given up. Yeah.
But you actually have the chops. And I think this, especially to inspire those emotions in another actor is a really great sign of your talent.
I'm flattered, but I had the theater scholarship, and I was in a band at the time, and it came to the point where I had to make a decision on, all right, am I going to give this theater scholarship like my full attention, or am I going to go do the band thing? And I picked the band thing, and it worked out.
And it's full circle.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Can you talk about your favorite things about working with Jay?
When I started with Kinky Boots last time, I was working with Wayne Brady, and Wayne brought an awesome but very different energy to Lola. Wayne, coming from the improv world and all that, it kept you on your toes a little more, and so you constantly had to be cognizant of different timing every night, and that was exciting in its own way. I think working with Jay, he brings such a vulnerability to Lola that excites me. And so like in that fight scene, he brought it up. I don't feel like I'm arguing with Lola there as Charlie. I don't feel like Charlie's arguing with Lola. I feel like Charlie is kind of like how you deal with all life's, can I say bullshit?
Yes.
I'll say bullshit.
Say it several more times.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. He's dealing with all this bullshit associated with his relationships falling apart and things aren't going the way he wants at the factory. And I feel like Lola just becomes this lightning rod. And I feel like he goes along with that so well. And we just play off of each other incredibly well. And I said it before, he's what got me excited about the show. So to get to work with him is like,
yay. I love it. You guys make a great pair.
Oh, thanks.
What are your pre-show rituals? What do you do to get ready for the show?
I am annoyingly early. In fact, I was...
Who does that annoy?
The first person in the building. Literally, I sign in and I'm pretty early. And I'm like, oh, David's like here.
Uh-huh.
We were supposed to be here at like 11:40 today, and I was down here at 11. So I was like, I'll just walk around. So I usually get there a couple hours before and just kind of try to acclimate my body and my voice to the building, because it's an old theater, so it's a little dry and dusty. And yeah. And then about an hour before I start, I have to cover up my tattoos on my arms. And
oh yeah.
So I do.
How do you use, like, what kind of makeup do you use to cover it up that doesn't get all over your clothes?
I do an alcohol-based makeup and cover up the tattoos. I let that dry. I do a cream-based makeup, let that dry, powder it, let that set, and then I have to I think it's like a Krylon.
Setting spray.
Yeah. The whole process takes me about 35 minutes, and then you touch up any face stuff, and then I do this this haircut that my dad had in the 80s when he was a jewelry salesman haircut. Yeah.
Man, and Jay, I thought you were the one with the fancy makeup situation in this
It's
show.
always funny, especially with all these guys and their tattoos and walking into their dressing room and they're like, I have to cover this. And you're like, yeah, welcome to the world of makeup and playing in this.
I'm not complaining about it because,
Do you do your own makeup?
I have been lucky to work with my makeup artist, and she trusts me, and she's like, listen, if I come in and you're already she's like, go ahead, it's gonna look great. I'm not gonna stop you. And it does help me get into the character even more because that's a part of the process and the transformation and being able to sit down and that's therapeutic for me to do my own makeup. So, and my friends always joke with me, I'm like, oh, when you make it, you're gonna have a makeup artist. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, because I would rather be mad at myself for something I've done on my face than be mad at someone else because I couldn't control them to do what I needed them to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, if I mess up, then I messed my face up, not someone else. So.
Other than the makeup, is there anything else that you have as a pre-show ritual that you depend on? Any warm-ups, any food you always order?
No, I always I have once the show starts, after Dawn does the little phone call and the jingle comes on, I always check in with certain vocal riffs I do in Land of Lola for myself. And right before I leave the dressing room while they're singing Take What You Got, I always take a moment and look in the mirror, wink, blow myself a kiss, and give a little sassy face and walk out.
I love
Just
that.
to
I didn't know that.
get her going. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna laugh during Take What You Got.
Talk to me about having to do that entire show on heels, because I'm wearing these right now, but I literally put them on in this chair and will be taking them off before I have to walk on them.
Yeah.
Are you in physical therapy all the time?
I should be. I don't take advantage of it like I should.
Come on.
And especially
Take care of
having
that
been with
body.
the show for so long, I'm just like, okay, we're doing it again. Here we go. I do a little lean to the left, lean to the right. No, she's warm. Let's go. But now I'm forcing myself to stretch more often because it's definitely starting to wear on the body. She's not 19 anymore. But it's fun. And all the heels are custom made, so it's built for my body and my foot and my how my weight is distributed. So I just have fun in the heels. And I really much I'm so much like real life Lola. I was like young Lola in my mom's closet playing her heels as a little kid, and I would cover it up in the carpet so no one would know all the heel marks. I said it to my mom the other day. She was like, well, I never knew. And I said, well, that was the point. I was like, yeah.
Oh. Did you ever get any pushback the way that young Lola does?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
My dad's a pastor in North Carolina, and this show has really changed our dynamic, and he's learned a lot about us and our relationship, and we've grown. And as a kid, I would just go in the backyard and entertain myself and dance and watch myself in these sliding glass doors we had. And my dad just never understood. He's like, what are you doing? Sit down somewhere. Go read a book. Go, put some bass in your voice and, man up. And I was just like, oh, but I'm just being myself. And so for a long time, I had to, suppress that. It's so many things, but yeah.
I know you met a lot of people on tour who came to see the show who might not have the sort of New York City exposure to different, gender identities and stuff.
Yeah.
Who went through that transformation over the course of the show.
Absolutely. That was one of my favorite parts about touring with the show, being able to travel the world and to get the feedback at the stage door from kids and parents and families who, because of the show, a child decides to come out to their family, or a parent is like, I know my child is different, or I know this about them, and because of this show, now we can have a conversation. I can understand where to begin because of what Kinky Boots has done. And that's what's so amazing about it, this message that everyone can relate to in one way or another. There's some character on that stage that you can relate to and identify with, and by their journey, you can see yourself and then begin a change in you, which is so beautiful to watch.
Yeah. Speaking of stage doors, there is madness at the stage door for David Cook.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what your experience is like having your fans travel from all over the world to come and see you up close and in person, and meeting them, talking to them outside after the show?
It's such I don't know. It's humbling, and I don't know how to internalize it, so I try really hard not to.
Not to internalize it?
Yeah, it's just, we said this in the dressing room earlier. I really like being famous between stage left and stage right. And I think past that, it's not a coat that I wear very well. So I get a little, I'm not unappreciative. I'm not any of that. It's just, I don't know how to internalize it.
Are you shy?
A little bit, yeah. I think I just, I grew up in the Midwest, in Kansas City, and I wasn't like a social outcast or whatever, but I wasn't like a popular kid. I kind of lived in that gray area where nobody's really paying attention to you, and music.
That's how you become a theater kid.
Well, but it just, I'm honored that people find value in what I choose to do for a living, and the fact that they come from all corners of the country and in some cases the world, and come see this show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a better answer.
It's
Sorry.
funny to me how your body language changed when I asked you about it. You kind of were like,
sorry.
I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
No, you're not making me uncomfortable at all. It's just I never know how to verbalize how appreciative I am of that. It astounds me because I think of the kind of artists and the kind of people that I would do that for. Mm-hmm. And we're talking Springsteen. We're talking.
Who's your peer? You're both appearing on Broadway right now.
Yeah.
So you're basically the same.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just because I certainly don't carry myself or view myself in that lens. So it's yeah, I'm extremely lucky.
I get what you. It's a lot of energy. Like I totally agree with David. What we do is like the fulfillment is fun, like you said, from stage left to stage right. Mm-hmm. That is our safe haven. That's where we can let it all out. We leave a part of ourselves on stage. We share so much with people from that vantage point. And then you go to the stage door, and then people in return are giving you all of this energy and all of this love and all of this excitement, and they share so much with you at the stage door, and you're like, it's a lot to receive, and then you're like, I don't know what to say in return. So you just thank you, and you're like, smile and nod and just sign and move on, take the picture, but it's a lot, and you don't know what to, you're like, I don't know what you expect from me in return. Mm-hmm. Like, how do I tell you in the same amount of energy that like, thank you, but like, I'm just going home to like have dinner and like, go to sleep.
After this, I'm going to go home and eat a half a sleeve of Pringles.
Yeah. And just like veg out.
I need the transcript of this show because that's a much better answer than what I can.
Well, it will go into video on demand almost immediately. So this afternoon you can grab that. I remember actually talking to the cast of Fun Home, who had another show with a lot of gender identity issues, sexuality issues, and they said that being at the stage door was like another act of the show. For them, they had a one-act show, and they were like, Act 2 is the interaction, and we can't turn the energy off, but you guys have just done a 2.5 hour long show, and I can imagine that it would be hard to be really
And sometimes people at the stage door go so far as to be like, sing something for us. And you want to be like, what did I just do for 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
They're like, do another riff.
I'm not on the clock anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's I think even past like the fan thing where like people are there to see you. I think what floors me more than anything is the people that come to the show and find something in the message, and then they want to give you that energy, which is humbling on a completely different level. Because one of the things that was really important to me when I first came to the show was I don't want to be David Cook with this show. I just want to be a part of telling this story. I want to be a part of the cast and tell that story. And so to feel like you come out after the show and have people give you this energy, like you've done your job, you've accurately told that story, and I found something in it. Man, that is the coolest thing in the world.
I also, whenever talking about the stage door, I like to very explicitly say it's not part of your ticket price. Sometimes the actors have given everything they've gotten. They need to stay in. They need to rest their voice. They don't want to risk catching germs. And I think that sometimes there are issues with stage door with fans, especially those who have traveled and like want to touch you and talk to you. And I always try to remind people that is as an added bonus at the discretion of the actor. So when you do come out, super extra thanks.
Yeah.
But also, I think all of the fans appreciate that you take care of yourself so you can do your job and give it your all.
I try really hard to go out every show. The only times that I stay back are the Wednesday and Saturday matinees, just because we have the doubles those days. So it's more like, all right, I just got to make sure I can cover the evening show and not have to call in sick and go home and eat a half a sleeve of Pringles. I'm working on that endorsement.
Pringles, the Hirschfeld Theatre, 45th and 8th.
Yeah.
Once you pop, you can't stop. Is that still their slogan?
If it isn't, they're gonna bring it back.
And you'll make the jingle for it, and it'll be like everything.
Let's take a couple questions from the audience.
All right. Don't be shy. Oh, here we go.
Hi.
I'm Rachel. My question is actually for both of you. At what point in the process, when you started the show, do you actually feel like you've become the character? Like you are Charlie, you are Lola, as opposed to an actor playing the part of Charlie and Lola?
That's a great question.
Wow, that is a great question. If you got an answer, go for it.
It took a while. I thought that it would be easy being a drag queen before, that I was like, oh, this is nothing. It'll be so, but finding Lola was very different from my own drag character, and starting the tour as an understudy, I was taking notes from who was doing it every night, and then taking over the role full time was a completely different journey. And it took me a few months to really settle in and feel like I understood Lola. Still, 3 years later, I'm still finding moments every show of like, oh, that's a new feeling for her. That's a new place. That's a new... So the journey is never ending, but it took a few months to finally settle in and be like, oh, it's in my body. I know it's there, and that's that character and that life.
Yeah. I think for me, it's... I feel like every show I'm building Charlie as the show goes on. So like in the beginning, there's one Charlie, and then you hit, I want to say it's, after his dad dies, you get another little bit of Charlie. And so to me, it's like a little puzzle every night. And I feel like really the first scene where I get to play a little bit as far as the emotional scale and the ups and the downs is when I come out and I'm like, Lola, did you hear me? I said we can do it. When I'm trying to convince you to work with me.
Yeah.
There's some excitement there. Charlie's on for the ride in that scene for sure, but I get to kind of feed off of his energy, the ups and the downs of that scene. So that's where right now, that's probably where I start to find a pocket with Charlie. But every night is a little different. Yeah. Thank you.
Who else has a question?
Hi.
hi.
I wanted to know, since you guys perform this so many days of the week, I was wondering if by the time you're done, does any of the songs get stuck in your head like an earworm even long after?
I end up side stage singing to Land of Lola. So that's the one that gets stuck in my head quite a bit.
Oh, it's not even one of your own.
Not even one of my own. Yeah.
It went funny enough. Soul of a Man gets stuck in my head quite often. And I sing along every night, kind of like uncertain parts, and just like, yeah, I love Soul of a Man.
Oh, awesome. I think that song is so, I love the lyric in it because especially I always think about the soles of shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the little play on words there.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of a question I had. Do you think that you will incorporate any of the songs from Kinky Boots into your touring repertoire? Do a little make it your own, as they said on Idol, and rock out to some of these jams?
Will Land of Lola be in your set?
Oh my gosh!
I need to see it.
I am a cocoa butter bitch. I think.
Thank you.
So I worked up a really basic acoustic version of Soul of a Man for something, a little press thing last time. Played it at a private acoustic event when I was back in Nashville. I mean, I could see something like that.
I'm talking like spiked hair, eyeliner, scruff,
oh, so we're talking
guitar.
We're talking. Let's go back to 2009, Dave, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, little guy liner. Yeah. You never know. You'll have to come to a show.
That is
How's
an excellent
that?
tease.
That's selling tickets, folks.
That's right. Sell those tickets. We got one more question.
Hi, I'm Leda.
Hi.
Hi, guys. I have seen both of you. I've seen 3 Lolas. You're the best. You're the best Charlie. I've seen only.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. I appreciate that.
I've seen only. So this question is more for David because you're not in New York as much as you are. First of all, you do articulate to your fans how grateful you are.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we
Good.
we do get it. So this time around, do you have anything that you didn't get to do in April in New York City that you'd like to do?
There's a lot. The great thing about this city is there's not a shortage of things to do. As many times as I've been out here, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty, which is abhorrent. I think not the last time I was here, which was in April, but one time I came out here and I tried to go, and I think a storm had just come through and they'd shut down the island or something because of some damage. So if I can, I'm going to try to make that this time. Other than that, I mean, I like throwing on like a Camelback backpack and just getting lost. So that's, to me, where you find really interesting things. So like one of my favorite stores anywhere is actually not far from here. So
good.
I know where I'm going after this. Yeah.
Well,
Do you have to put on a disguise when you do that? Like low baseball cap, turned up collar.
Turned up.
Yep.
Can you guys recognize me right now?
Yeah, you look like 09 David Cook.
I look like Marty McFly right now. No, I think New York and it was actually, I live in Nashville, and Nashville is kind of similar in this way. I feel like regardless of kind of your public stature or whatever, it's kind of easy to be anonymous. I feel like there's not a lot of pretense here. I don't think anybody cares who I am here, which is awesome.
I would beg to differ,
Well,
but
yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you can walk around the city and not get mobbed.
Yeah.
But the exciting thing is that for people who do want to see you, they can come to see Kinky Boots, and they get the incredible J. Harrison Ghee as Lola. Tickets are available at kinkybootsthemusical.com.
Yes.
Or any
Ticketmaster.
number of other spots. The Al Hirschfeld Theatre, 8 performances a week.
Yeah.
It's really, so I've seen Kinky Boots 10 times.
Oh, wow.
And the show has, I would say it's even more energetic, more resonant, more important, and just as much fun as it's ever been. My favorite thing is that I'm now seeing all these families with young kids coming to the show, where when this show first got announced, it was like, you're gonna put a show on Broadway with the name Kinky in it and expect people to take their children to it? No.
With drag queens?
Yeah,
What?
I'm sorry. But now it's seen alongside, like Lion King with the show, the family shows on Broadway.
Absolutely, because
And
you change the world when you change your mind.
what a perfect place to end it. J. Harrison Ghee
drop.
and David Cook, thank you for being at Builds.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.